quick video, or at least I want to make it as quick as possible. It has to do with products from the drugstore and products that I've been using, and I always continue to repurchase. Start with the foundation. It's got a yellow undertone, which is something that I'm always looking for in a drugstore product, or at least a foundation. It happened to me that foundations from the drugstore most of the times oxidize to like a orangey or like a red kind of pinky tone, and really I don't like that. I really do like foundations that have yellow undertones because it works for me. I feel like that's the only way my foundation will actually cancel out the redness in my face. So yeah, that's the reason why I like this foundation. I'm gonna move on to concealer. You guys have heard me before. I love this Fit Me concealer by Maybelline. It's one of my favorites. It's super creamy. It is not drying at all. My favorite color is number 10, which is Light Ledger. Super comparable to the concealer from NARS. Once again, NYX is one of my favorites. This is an eyeshadow base that will help your eyeshadow from not creasing and staying all day long, or not literally all day long, but pretty much as long as you want it to stay on. So it's one of my favorites, super affordable. And if you're looking for a good base, this is one of the ones that you should consider. Quickly, I'm gonna move into eyeshadows. Super inexpensive, Wet n Wild, and I've used this little palette previously in like 2 or 3 tutorials, and I continue to use the black shadow because it's super pigmented. It almost reminds me of the black shadow on the Naked palette. It's super dark. It's super pigmented. It's super black, and it's only $2.99. And it's only $2.99, and you can get it from Wet n Wild Cosmetics at the drugstore. So one of my favorites. I love it. Eye Studio by Maybelline is one of my favorites as well. It's super pigmented, and not only that, but it's got really pretty shades. We're gonna move on to bronzer. Bronzer, as you guys have heard me rave about this bronzer. It is from Wet n Wild. It is Ticket to Brazil. This is a really nice bronzer. It is a semi-satin bronzer. It's not super matte, but it's not super shiny. Like, it's not gonna leave you glittery or anything. Very inexpensive as well. Moving on to liners. I'm gonna introduce you to the best gel liner I've ever encountered, and it is from Wet n Wild. This particular gel liner is super creamy. It's not gonna dry out quickly on the jar. It is a really nice gel liner. I do recommend. I'm always buying this bad boy over and over again because it's so nice. It's so creamy. It's super black, and it's super affordable. So yes, go Wet n Wild. Mwah. And now we're gonna talk about liquid liners. Hands down, best liquid liner in the drugstore, and it is from NYC. Very nice. It's super black, and I do recommend NYC liquid liner. Okay guys, my battery is going to die, so I have to hurry up, and I'm gonna jive these two together. And this is from Rimmel. It's a very nice gloss. It's not super sticky. It is from the Rimmel brand. Next we have the Jordana Lipliners. Very creamy, very creamy, very intense color payoff. Sometimes I'll use this one all over the lips, and then I'll just top it off with my lip gloss. I really do recommend from the drugstore. So yeah. Okay, quickly, tools that you might need if you're buying from the drugstore and you're going to apply your makeup. Blam! These two, yes, these two. I really do enjoy using this brush. It's super versatile. Color on the lid, I use it to diffuse the color. I use it to blend it out. I use it to run it down on the lower lash line. Right now I'm kind of melting, so maybe my makeup is melting as well. But it is really inexpensive, and I got it at Jewel Osco for 49 cents. This is a really good brush, and it is from Wet n Wild. This sponge is from Real Techniques. Very comparable to the Real Beauty Blender. I know you guys have heard from it, and it's really nice. It's a really nice inexpensive sponge, and it's very accessible. Like I said, it is at the drugstore. I really enjoyed this sponge a little bit more than the Beauty Blender because I love the way it's kind of like flat on this side, and I just feel like it gives me a really precise application whenever I want to apply my foundation. You guys have heard of this highlighter. It is super nice. I really do think this is the benchmark of all the highlighters. It's super beautiful. I'm not going to open it because it's broken. It's shattered on me. I just have that look. I honestly have the worst look in the world with highlighters. This one shattered on me. The Becca from Jaclyn Hill shattered on me. So they always just break. Why? I have no idea. And I treat them like they're my babies. Like, no matter what I do, they just always break. Somehow I end up breaking them. This particular eyeshadow from L'Oreal, it's called Ice Latte. It's very similar to the Mary Luminizer, and I honestly find that This particular eyeshadow works not only as an eyeshadow, also works as a highlighter for the entire face. You guys have heard of Nikki Tutorials. I love that girl. She's one of my favorite artists here on YouTube. I recommended this particular lotion for, it's like an aftershave lotion. It works very well as a primer. I really do enjoy using it. I feel like your foundation goes on very, very nice and smooth, and it's very, very nice. I honestly do recommend, if you like are doubting or thinking, oh my god, I need a primer but I don't know which one to go for, you cannot go wrong buying this particular lotion, balm, whatever you want to call it. It's super amazing, and if it ends up not working for you, and you can always pass it on to a person who shaves and then needs an aftershave lotion. So wraps it all, my friends. I hope I was quick enough. I was trying my best. My battery's dying. And alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that I love you. It's very comparable to the NARS concealer from NARS. Hello, Karen.